What's up, everybody? It's Itisha Bankston with the Gathering Place podcast. I'm here today with Taylor Williams. Taylor is very dear to my heart. Welcome, Taylor.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you. We are excited to have Taylor here with us today. First of all, let me just backtrack and say, Taylor was my student when I used to teach third grade a very long time ago. And then she was my student in, what, was it just 6th, 7th, and 8th grade? Maybe it was 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Maybe not 3rd grade.
You had me, I believe, 5th, 6th, 7th, and then you had me when I was receiving my diploma.
Yeah, in high school.
But you've been knowing me since the 2nd grade.
Since the 2nd grade.
Because I was on the drill team.
Taylor was on the drill team. So it's been a very long time of me knowing Taylor and being involved with her family and being a part of her educational pursuit. So I'm glad to have her here today. Taylor is venturing into a new endeavor and she is starting an online boutique. So we're here to talk to her today about her startup. We're starting a series called The Startup, and we're going to be talking to a variety of business owners that are starting their businesses and all the ins and outs of just kind of starting up in Cleveland and what that means, how people need to access things and all that other good stuff that comes along with just starting a business. As we know, it can be a daunting task, but it's also a very exciting time because you're kind of taking the reins yourself and becoming in control of your own future and making sure that you're doing things the way you want to do them. So Taylor, let's start by talking about kind of like how you kind of got into, first of all, what is your online store? What is it that you're going to be doing?
Well, it's called Simple Sexy. It's for women of all sizes and all ages. Yes. And there's a backstory to the reason why I chose that name.
Okay.
When I was in hair school at Paul Mitchell 2015, I had a friend of me where she was like, "Oh, Taylor, you're such a plain Jane, but you have like a kind of, spicy to it." And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I should be offended or should that be a compliment.
Yeah,
so Simple Sexy came into
shade.
fruition. Definitely slight shade, it came into fruition where I named my business Simple Sexy. I feel like with women, you can be sexy but still simple at the same time.
Yes.
You don't have to expose a lot if you don't choose to. I know with me, I don't want to just throw everything out there.
Leave some to the imagination, ladies.
There you go.
You ain't got to put it all out there for
absolutely. You really don't. So I feel like, being simple with a twist of sexy is all you need to be presentable in the public eye.
I love it. Simple with a twist of sexy.
There you go.
That is going to be my next part, my next life. If I'm living my best life, simple sexy. That's what I'm going to be doing.
There you go.
That is what I'm going to be doing. All right. So as you're building your business, you've already told us the why of why you kind of chose this area, keeping it simple and giving women the ability to kind of have a sexiness to it, because I know we're both women that are women of faith. We believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, but we also believe that He gave us this body, right? And He wants us to be beautiful. You got to paint the barn, ladies. You can't just be looking crazy, but you also have to make sure that it's appropriate. So you chose this area of merchandising for that reason, because you want to show women that they can be sexy, but it can also be very simple. You don't have to put it all out there, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell us the story. Just back, you mentioned Paul Mitchell and everything else. Tell us how you became involved in the fashion industry. How did that become your passion?
Well, I was born and raised into the fashion industry. I am a industry kid. A lot of that people I know who are industry children, that means whether your parent is in the hair industry or the fashion industry. My father, as a lot of people know, Bobby Williams, is in the hair industry, and my mother, Marie Jefferson, is in the fashion industry. So it was already embedded in me to pick a side. So I chose hair first to kind of tap into that lane to prove that I can also be as great as my father. And then I also tapped into my mother's lane as well, and I found that fashion is my ultimate first love. I like hair, but fashion is something that I cannot live without.
Does your dad know this?
Yeah, he knows that. So he actually supports
fashion
me.
is your first love.
Yes.
Don't feel slighted, Mr. Williams.
So he actually supports me in fashion. He feels like that is my lane, and I feel comfortable. I don't have anxiety. That's something that I feel good about, and I feel like God gave me that calling to stick with fashion, and that's what I decided to do in my life.
It's something to be said about that, doing something that you feel comfortable doing. It doesn't give you anxiety. Like, you may be good, so you're good at hair because you should do my hair, and you're very good at doing hair. You do an excellent, phenomenal job at doing hair, and if you are not confident 1,000%, if it's not something that you're passionate about, then you can do it well, but it's not a love for you.
Exactly.
And I think that's something that people need to discover. Like, you know, I'm on a journey myself of doing the thing that I love, that I'm passionate about, and that I really enjoy doing it and don't have an anxiety about. So that's something to think about. I know a lot of people do things, you know, got to make that money, got to make sure that you're earning a paycheck. But, you know, because we serve a God who is faithful, it'll all work out.
Yeah.
It always works out. Okay, so tell me, I know you talked about your mom and your dad and being an industry kid. I've never heard that term before, but it's appropriate because I have a couple friends who have industry kids, like kids that have parents that have been in either the hair industry or the fashion industry. So who were your influencers, or who were those people that inspire you?
I would definitely have to say my godmother and my god aunt, Renee and Tracy Fowler, Fashions by Fowler, sorry about that. They've been in the industry for 30 years plus, and my godmother started at 20 years old, and she has flourished to this wonderful brand, this company. She's made a name for herself. She's very humble. She's also a woman of faith. She just gives me confidence and just gives me the courage to start my own business. So I still look up to both my godmother and my god aunt, and I aspire to be even somewhat on the same level as them. So
because Renee Fowler and your aunt Tracy,
yes,
they do big things in the city of
Cleveland. They sure do, honey. You don't know about them, you don't know about fashion.
They do big things in the city of Cleveland. They yet do.
They do a lot of charity work, a lot of events. They have a very strong name.
Yeah, definitely.
They sure do. And the Christian women love Fashions by Fowler, honey. Those furs and rhinestones.
Yes, all up in there. All up in it. Yes, absolutely. What about kind of like on a bigger scale? Like who are some of the, I guess, people in the industry that you kind of follow?
Oh gosh, it's so many African American women who I follow on social media. I guess you have to say Tierra Monet. She was in the hair industry, then she recently transferred over to the fashion. But I guess with hair and fashion, that intertwines with each other, because a lot of hairstylists, we want to look good each and every day.
Sure.
We have to wear black, but we have to dress it up and make it look good. I feel like in the hair industry, you must look good at all times, because people will approach you, and if you look good, I feel like self-care is the best care. So I feel like with her, she's one of my big inspirations. So I definitely have to say her.
Good stuff. So you mentioned, you know, women not necessarily putting it all out there, like, right? So we know we've seen fashion where every piece of cleavage is showing, and every piece of hind part cheek is out, and there is zero left to any type of imagination. Tell me what you see other than that. What do you think is missing? What don't you see in fashion for women that needs to be addressed?
I definitely feel like for women of all curves, whether you're a size 4 or a size 14, we want things to fit our body types. We don't have European bodies. That's just the reality of it. We need jeans that look good on our curves. We want them to have more support. We don't want jeans where they flatten our bottom. We want to, you know, have a nice little, you know, jean that complements our bottom. So I definitely feel like a lot of European styles do not cater to the African American woman's body. So that's something that we are missing in the industry for sure.
Yeah, I know. You know, you can go to kind of any store. You can go to, let's just start on the lower end. You can go to Burlington. You can go to TJ Maxx. Or you can go to some of those boutiques, you know, that are in all these up and coming places like Pinecrest and Van Aken and all these other places. And you can go and try to find some things. But at the end of the day, you're right. You want something that hangs the right way, that sits the right way, that makes you feel comfortable. You're not anxious about, you know, is this showing, is this falling down, or this doesn't fit properly. You definitely need some things that fit well. And I know, being a plus size woman, you know, having some curves, which is, I'm not mad because Seneca loves it.
Yeah, men love curves. And see, that's the thing. Black men, they love curves.
They love the curves.
So,
they don't shy away from the curves.
They sure don't. They invite the curves.
They invite the curves. But to my curvy sisters that are out there, I want to encourage you to know that because they sell it in your size, sometimes doesn't necessarily warrant, if it doesn't fit your body type, to kind of put it on. You know, we have a lot of fearless curvy sisters, and they sometimes put some things on that are a little questionable. And if I'm talking about you, God bless you, but you got to cover it up. You can't have it all out all the time. Sometimes it has to be concealed.
Yeah, and I think that's why I decided to add plus size to my line, because I have a few plus size women on my mother's side of the family, so I take that very to heart, where I don't want to just sell it just to say I sell plus size. So that's why I'm very selective when I do choose certain sizes, because I want not all women, but plus size women especially, to feel confident and comfortable.
For sure. My sister, Kelly Creams and Trends, you know, Kelly sells fashion now.
Oh, she does?
Yes, she does. Yeah, Kelly has a boutique on Chagrin. We'll have the link for Kelly's boutique and for Taylor's website in our description box below this video. But Kelly also sells a variety of plus size clothes, because she understands the struggle of women having to find clothes that fit them properly and that fit well. So it's much appreciated, because, you know, the other thing too, when you're buying clothing, it's either made very poorly,
quality,
or super expensive, where it's unattainable. And you know, you want to sell fashion for like the everyday woman. You want to be able to get pieces that are in your wardrobe that last a long time, and that you're able to use, that, you know, will continue on with you as you're going to different venues and events and things like that. So thank you for remembering the Curvy Sisters.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
Appreciate it. We appreciate it. So, starting up this business, right? What is the hardest thing about starting an online boutique?
I would definitely say the hardest thing for myself was getting in my own way.
Okay.
Because I feel like I could have started this years ago, but it wasn't procrastination.
Getting in your own, Taylor, listen, you better preach today. Getting in your own way. It's real.
It's real.
Yes, it's real.
It's so real. I don't know what, well, I do know what. It was definitely God, and definitely like my family, my friends who used to say, Taylor, just start it.
Just start it. Just do it right.
Just start it, because I feel like if I mess up in between, that's okay. I welcome the mistakes.
Right.
Because I feel like that's how you learn, and that's how you can revamp yourself. You can rebrand. People do that all day long.
They do.
So my thing was, I wanted everything to be perfection. I was so stuck and fixated on it. Gotta be perfect. Gotta be perfect. Gotta be perfect. But I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm not perfect, and I had to put my faith and favor into God, because at the end of the day, He's my CEO.
That's true.
And I had to get out of my own way. Recently, I had to stop what I was doing and think, He's my CEO.
Yeah.
I'm not the boss of this.
Right.
He's my boss.
Right.
I am just following His steps that He's ordering for me.
That's
so I had to take a step back and pull the arrogance out of myself, because I just knew, I was going to blow up. I was going to have sales through the door. And I'm like, that didn't happen away.
The reality check is, when you're starting a business, you know, you do think you got this grand idea, you got the perfect marketing pitch, you know what you're selling, you know the product, and you have all this expertise behind you, right? And so you're thinking the business is just gonna come. And I know when Kelly did her podcast here with us, she was saying it doesn't start like that. It doesn't always happen like that. You know, you think you're gonna do it, and it's gonna start, and it's gonna happen, and then reality does come, because there's work behind it.
It definitely is work.
There's work behind it.
Yeah,
There's work behind it. And honestly, I do think too, when people know you as a person and they understand the quality of what you'll put forth, it'll come, because word of mouth is really still the best form of marketing.
It definitely is. That's
really still the best form of marketing. So I do believe that you will blow up.
I'm excited.
Yes,
Thank
good
you.
stuff. So speaking of that, what are some things that you wish you had avoided? I guess you kind of already answered that, but like doing the online platform. How do you have like a webmaster, somebody managing that for you? Like if somebody's just like, okay, I'm gonna start a website, I'm just gonna go to Wix.com and just start a website. Like how does that work for you?
Well, I actually have a website graphic designer who took care of all of my business on that end. So for me, I would have to say absolutely nothing. I don't say anything. Whatever I did as far as mistakes, which I have made plenty of those as far as advertising and marketing, I welcome all mistakes. I feel like I couldn't have avoided anything, because again, like I mentioned the first time, that's how you're supposed to grow. You know, you got to make those mistakes to learn, okay, not to do it the next time, or not to work with this person, or things of that nature. So at this point, we are revamping and rebranding, and I'm working with a whole new web graphic designer. I'm super excited. So at the end of the day, I welcome all mistakes.
Okay, and so you can say then that's something that you learned about yourself.
Absolutely.
Along the way, to just kind of welcome the mistakes, to not be afraid to fail, because it's going to happen. You can always get back up. As long as you're living, you can just get back up and do it again.
Because scared money don't make no money.
Scared money don't make no money.
Yeah. Period.
Okay? Scared money don't make no money. Do y'all hear this, young lady?
Seriously.
This is my student.
That's why.
That's why. That's because she's my student. Scared money don't make no money. Listen, y'all can take that to the bank. That's for
Okay.
darn sure. That is, that's the truth. Okay, so what are your plans? What are your future plans for the business?
So next Sunday, August the 11th, I'm having a summer sale sip and shop. That'll be hosted at the W Hair Salon. That'll be at the link below.
Yes.
Yes.
And the link below, we will have the link for how you can attend
excited.
the sip and shop
Yes.
at the W Salon.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
that's something that we'll be doing
Okay.
that following Sunday. And then after that, I'll be shooting my new photo shoot, revamping. So it's a process and it takes time.
And you talked about your fall line too. We were talking earlier. You were saying you have some new things coming out for fall.
So I'll be having my earlier fall pieces where I'll be adding the plus size. Just starting off, I'm not going to overwork myself or put too much on my plate. So just starting small and just going from there.
Good stuff. Now you bought some pieces with you today.
I did.
And
I'm actually wearing one of my pieces too.
Pieces. Are we able to get that of her if she stands or if she picks
Or
up some of her
semi-stands?
pieces, semi-stands, gets those pieces? Okay. Right. We're actually going to take a little break then, and when we come back, we are going to show Taylor's awesome pieces. Please don't leave. Come back. We'll see you right after this. Parents, have you figured out what to do with your little ones from the time summer camp ends and the new school year begins? Look no further. T-Spot Workshops now offers Gap Week childcare from August 5th through August 16th from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Caring for children ages 3 to 11. At T-Spot Workshops, we'll help prepare your child for the upcoming year with workshops that focus on academics, social emotional learning, field experiences, and creative play. Call us today at 440-673-3566 to reserve your child's space. T-Spot Workshops. We're more than just a conventional childcare service. Our priority is to ensure that children learn, create, and do something new every single day. Welcome back, everybody, to the Gathering Place podcast, where we're here with Taylor Williams. She's talking to us about her simple, sexy online boutique. Taylor bought a few pieces to share with us today. Taylor, why don't you tell us about what you bought today?
Absolutely. So the black and white two-piece pant set is a flare leg, and it has a crop top with flare sleeves. That's something a little bit more sexier than most of my pieces. You can rock that with your boo on a cute little date night. You can hang out with your girls. You can definitely play it, dress it up, or dress it down.
Good stuff. And so tell us about the second piece.
Well, the second piece, I like to call it my More Melanin Please. That's something geared towards women of color who have more of a darker shade. I call it the Kiss by the Sun. I love that top. It has bell sleeves, kind of ruched at the wrists, and then it has more of a tie in the front. It's satin material, and then it's paired with our That's So 70s white bell bottom denim. I love those jeans because they stretch and they fit you just right.
That's so 70s, and they are super cute. They are super cute. They are super cute. And they have a little frayed at the bottom.
They do. More of a distressed look.
Distressed look. They're super cute. They're super cute. And so what about this third piece?
The third piece, I love to call that dinner and drinks. That is my mocha ruched maxi tube dress. That's something you can a little bit more sexier with. You can go to someone's reunion. You can go to someone's birthday party and just show out.
And the reason, again, why it's called Simple Sexy is because it's a simple look, because the mocha ruched is really beautiful. It's a very cute dress, but it's simple. There are no, cutouts or anything like that, but it is sexy. It's sexy, and you got to be ready to wear it. So be ready to put it on. It's super cute. You also have on a piece that you want to talk to us about.
So I'm wearing my Lazy Days maxi with pockets. It's an oversized dress. You can rock that on your laziest days. Whether you're going to pick up your makeup from Sephora, you're going to pick up groceries, going to Target, as most women love to go. This is a more casual dress. You can dress it up, you can dress it down.
You have it belted.
I do have it belted. So today I'm kind of playing it safe, more of a casual look. But you can play it either up or down.
And I love that it has pockets.
Yes.
I love dresses with pockets, skirts with pockets, shorts with pockets. Pockets are necessary because
that's very true.
You might want to put a little lip gloss in there. You might want to,
some more functional pieces.
Yeah,
that's
more
what we're geared
functional
towards.
Absolutely.
A lot of women love functional pieces.
For sure. We need it. We need function and fashion.
Yes.
We need it together.
There you go.
Together. Good stuff. You bought some jewelry too.
I did. So I brought a few goodies today. So these are my textured earrings. They come in various colors from gold to silver. They're very sturdy. I like to call them the glam or boss babe earrings.
Boss babe.
And then I also have another pair of textured earrings. These are more triangular style. Just again, more sexy. You can do it simple or you can do it sexy.
And you also have some in what we're showing. You also have some in like a rose gold.
I do.
Which is beautiful.
Absolutely.
The rose gold is absolutely beautiful. So Taylor, you bought some beautiful pieces today.
Thank you.
We appreciate you sharing with us.
Absolutely.
So once again, this is Taylor Williams, founder and organizer and creator of Simple Sexy Online Boutique. We want to make sure that we support. This is a wonderful startup. Her link to her social media page will be in our description box. You want to make sure that you don't miss the event on August the 11th.
Yes.
Tell us what that is again.
So that is my summer sale sip and shop, August 11th. That's a Sunday from 2 until. That'll be at the W Salon, 29227 Wickliffe, Ohio 44097. That will be at the bottom below. Make sure you follow Simple Sexy Boutique at Instagram or Facebook.
All right. And thank you so much again for joining us. We appreciate
Thank
your time. This has been the Gathering Place Podcast. Thanks, guys, for joining us today. We hope that you learned something. We hope that you get a chance to visit the online boutique, that you can pick up some wonderful fashions, that you get a chance to stop by the sip and shop. And we just want to make sure we support. All right? Thanks again for watching. We appreciate it. Everybody take care. Bye. Bye.